Hello everyone. So today I have quite an interesting video. So I used to make Ages of Conflict Got Talent, if any of you remember that, which I'm sure some of you do. Some of you don't. Welcome. I'm 8 Balls. I make maps sometimes videos. Like this one right here. And today it's gonna be a bit of a rant video, but I brought along a friend who is both a map creator and a map reviewer by heart, I guess. He doesn't really review.
I don't review maps professionally, but I do have quite a lot of things to say about them. It's me, AKAnotcheese, the guy who made that one map, and that one other map, and that one other map, and so on and so forth.
He made a lot of maps. He also edited Ages of Conflict Got Talent for a little bit, so like
It took years off my life,
it
but
did, yeah. So that happens. But today we've got a very interesting video. This is the first time you're probably gonna hear Nachi speak about the workshop and how he feels about it. And probably the first time you're
I
gonna hear me talk about the workshop too, because I've never really talked about this. A lot of people haven't, which is why we're making this video.
I have some strong opinions about especially alternate history maps because, that's my forte.
That's his home.
That's my home, yeah.
So we're going to start with two maps, which I'm calling Workslop or Lazy Workslop, which is maps that could also be called and then he clicked post maps. These are two maps, and before we review any of these maps and make our comments on what we think about what they say about the workshop problem that we're going to get into
This
here.
is this is not meant to shame the people who posted it. This is meant to encourage criticism and critical thinking about what people actually post. This is meant to encourage some discussion about that.
Yes, so this is meant to just critique creators in a constructive way, like just watch what you're posting, watch what you're doing. And also for you guys, who most of you are the ones who play maps, just kind of pay attention to what you're subscribing to and what you're playing. So anyway, the first two maps we're going to get into, as I said, are and then he clicked post map called Millennium. It's just Millennium, that's all it's called. And this one is made up of a whole three nations.
1984, if George Orwell was dropped on his head.
Exactly. So I have no idea why South Africa is there because this just seems like, I mean, this map, I don't understand what the thought process was behind posting this. Why? So the one thing I have to say here that I have to explain is that the creator did specifically say this was his first workshop map, but that's not a valid excuse for what was posted here. Anyone could make this in like 5 minutes with some basic knowledge of how Ages of Conflict controls work. Like, I don't care if this is your first time playing Ages of Conflict. It should be common sense to any community that is heavily based around the workshop that you should not be like just posting slop like this, is what I'm gonna call it.
And 8 Balls can contend that whenever I get to talking about like alternate history maps, I usually do give leeway when it's one of, if not the first maps that the creators posted. Is this even alternate history? What's the history that's alternative?
Yeah, it's just I don't get it. I don't get what the rationale behind posting this was because why? So, honestly, I think creators are capable of a lot better for their first maps, at least the first maps they post. And it's not going to be the best map ever. You're going to learn more about map creation if you pursue it further. I'm talking about this as like it's a career, but
Hey, listen, stuff like alternate history is a storytelling technique just like anything else. That's what
so
I've learned.
I love to see new creators. Not Cheese does too. Loves to see new creators get into making maps. This is just not the way to start.
Y'all heard of TFR? Well, guess what? This is not it.
This is
Nothing close.
this is definitely not the Fire Rises, guys. But this is West United States versus East United States, and this is another map in the category of. And then he clicked post.
I have a saying that another day, another collapsed America scenario because of the absurd amount of them. I know it's like, kind of hard not to, and it's fun and all, but come on, you got to get some originality.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's something
I'm
we're gonna
saying
get
that like
into a
I'm
little bit.
saying that like my upcoming map doesn't include a collapsed United States, but whatever.
Well, yeah, that's because it has a lot of other stuff going on. So
Blah, 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 blah.
whatever. That's something we're gonna get into a little bit deeper later in the video of just unoriginality. There's just not enough original content. But at the same time, we're just going to take a look at this description here. Due to the amount of political tensions in the U.S., it splits up to the East USA and the West USA. Who will win, the East or West? Play to find out. I don't need to download your map to find out. I can just throw the scenario together in about a minute. But
It's actually it's an analog for the Cold War and how society gets divided or something like that.
right.
You're just not thinking in depth.
Yeah, this is another example of very lazy Workslop. There's you can do better than this, man. I promise. So the next category of maps is unplayable maps, or at least semi-unplayable maps, or not fully committing to what they promise.
This doesn't include the showcase ones that are just meant to, look pretty, showcase something cool. Reichsfall.
Reichsfall, I love that map. Please go play it, guys.
I hate
Please,
that
please.
map.
Oh,
Don't you dare.
That's true. Go play it, guys. Go subscribe to it. He loves new subscribers and new comments on Reichsfall and all the attention it's gotten. He loves attention. All right, anyway. Reichstorm, the triple axis. You can already see that Ages of Conflict is even warning you, don't play this map. I'm joking. But basically, when you go into it and you hit play on this map, which it's probably a fine, well enough made map, I guess. Like, this is not Workslop by any means. It's just...
There's work here.
There's work that went through it or went into it, and I respect that, so I'm not going to jab the map, but...
Something the creator does well, Ethan Zilla, he knows how to make his maps look good.
So from afar, this looks good as an art project. Playing this will not work out, because number one, you can see how hard it is to zoom. It takes like a whole 7 seconds to get to the point where, like, you normally play the map at. And also performance for lower power computers isn't going to be very good here. So just...
And also, I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but these maps feel so empty.
Yeah, I can see how that would be, because, like, nations are also bigger, so wars are going to take, like, forever, as if they don't already. I don't know, they're definitely... There's a place for this map.
Give the performance or anything else that the size of the map brings on.
There is a place and an audience for these types of maps if the game can support them better. In the current state of Ages of Conflict, these maps are just a waste of everyone's time, I feel like. So, yeah, again, a very well-made map by Ethan Zilla. This is definitely not Workslop. It's just, you gotta think about what you're posting and what design decisions you are making. Alright, guys, another AKAnotcheese map plug. Please go sub to Mors Libertaris and comment and...
Some straight map slop. 10
yeah.
out of 10.
Actually, yeah, that's true. Like, would not recommend. This is Workslop. This is terrible. Low quality map right here. Anyway, what if Civilization started over? And really,
I love these maps.
I don't.
Some of the most boring, uninspired stuff ever.
So why this made it to the unplayable category, unless I'm pleasantly surprised when I click play, which I won't be, this is going to be how all of these maps go, if it can load.
Oh, good golly. Oh, why is all the water crossings?
That's a great question, actually. I didn't even notice that until, like, you said it. Yeah, so this is not playable, obviously, and there's actually a very easy fix to, help with these types of maps. After Europa is a great example of how to do this, because what he did is he just created a giant wasteland nation and then put mountains in front of it so the nations couldn't declare war on it, which is a great system for maps like these where, some parts of the world are naturally going to be, like,
Constantinople's spelled incorrectly.
Oh,
well, I guess it's a what if civilization started over, but like
Constable Narmer.
Why not just make a fantasy map at this point?
Yeah, that's a good question. But yeah, that's the problem with this map, really. I don't know why the whole thing's crossing, so that's gonna get very annoying very fast. But also, why would you play this? Like, this is Workslop, unfortunately. Like, there is a tiny amount of effort that went into it, but
I gotta ask you this, would you rather play this or Age of Absolutism?
Well, Age of Absolutism, 100%.
Gotta really ponder this one.
Yeah, I know. It's I don't know. This one, it's a close matchup, but I don't know. Anyway, so the last unplayable.
I love mechanics that have absolutely zero impact on gameplay.
I was about to have like a stroke or something there for a second. Well, anyway, so. This map, ignoring this part and this part, is not Workslop. That's the thing. There's probably some issues you can find with it, but it's not like Workslop. Obviously, a little bit of effort went into this.
Did they make Canada a union? Click on Canada real quick.
Oh, that's...
Oh, no, it's just puppets. Never mind.
Yeah, I was about to say that's... Anyway, the problem with this map that puts it into the unplayable category is what
It's maybe not this in particular, but it's a trend.
So, what the problem is going to be with these religion maps, and this goes for economy maps and whatever else people throw into their map, is let's say the UK decides to invade the world, because that's how some Ages of Conflict games go. They are prominently a Christian nation, according to this map, and they are Protestant. So if, say, the UK is across the entire world, but this, I don't know, Islam nation, for example, decides to declare war and, completely destroys Christianity, we're going to have an Islam world.
I feel like there's more religions than how many are there? Like 4 or 5? I feel like there's
There's
more religions than that. They
there's a
didn't break them
lot
up
more
into
religions.
they didn't break
Sikh,
them up into
Psych, whatever
sects
it's called,
either.
Sikh, whatever it's called. Yeah, but
Sikh, yeah.
yeah,
They
Sikh,
didn't break
and
them up into the sects
and
though, or
then
like
you could like break it up
Orthodox.
into Orthodox, Catholic, Protestant, all that. But no, we just kind of have a lazy little religion map down here. But the other thing is, like, you end up having an Islam world in this religion map, while the UK, which is a Protestant nation, would try to spread Christianity. And that doesn't make sense. So these maps have a non-zero chance of being right, but most of the time they're not going to be right. They're
You
just
know
going to
what
be
they
like this
say? A
random
broken
thing.
clock is always right twice a day. Or
All right.
something like that.
All right, bud. All right. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Stop doing these if they don't have a purpose. Also, watermarks are very annoying. So next, we've got one of the edgiest maps in Ages of Conflict history.
Alright, Edgy is a bit of a stretch. It's obviously a joke, but it's
It's not a very good one. Not really coming across. Yeah, so first off, SS Order states everywhere, because why not? I don't know. So first off, this guy is quite a funny guy, I have to say. We got this, like, 6 million pieces. That's quite a lot. The most we can make is 271,000. All right, bud. And we got this. Interesting.
Some really interesting choices of nations. Like, you want to go down the list?
I
Let's start with the
suppose we should.
let's start with firstly, before we get into anything, I want to shout out these crossings, some of the worst I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that is
But
those are
I
some
want to point out
crossings.
some. It's just it feels it f- it's giving edgy for the sake of edgy.
That's crazy.
And there's another one here. Yeah, I do believe it's a releasable down south.
Yeah, also,
It's giving edgy for the sake of edgy.
I'd like you to take a little look at Azerbaijan too.
Yeah, oh yeah, that one's hilarious. The idea of technology in Azerbaijan was
I mean,
apparently so influential, it created its own country.
I didn't even think Azerbaijan had technology. I'm not kidding.
Is this like a meme that I missed out on?
Maybe that would be.
Is there something I'm missing here?
Yeah, you might be. One of the only flags in this map.
Oh yeah,
Show everyone.
not even centered.
Almost every single flag in this map is just blank, or it's a default flag. But
Does
there's
the
a few
ordnance shots?
nations.
No, not even the ordnance shots.
Yeah.
Oh, except Moscovian.
Yeah, because we love putting swastikas everywhere. But yeah, this guy was just
No,
having
I
a
get
lot of fun while making this map. Also, do you remember how the cloud didn't want you playing this map?
the moment I downloaded this, I tried launching the game and the cloud had an error. I tried verifying the game files, tried backing up the game, and still didn't work. So I had to restart Steam. Then it worked. So I went through some trouble trying to download this.
Also, you will be surprised to learn that this map has a sequel. It has a remastered version. I don't think you really need to see it, because all you have to know is that there's a lot of swastikas.
A lot more swastikas.
Yeah, and it had a little bit more effort, but still just
The
kind of
sequel
like this
isn't
map.
bad by any means, but it's just this with slightly more effort.
Yeah, so this one is one of my favorites we're covering. Realpolitik 2026. As of the day we're
To me,
recording this,
2026. It
we are
just started.
2 days into 2026. On the watermark is not the original creator of this Realpolitik type of map, because you will find these all over Steam. There's a whole 3 pages of just Realpolitik maps of these people just copying each other throughout the years. It's very strange. It's so weird.
It's like when AI uses AI art for inspiration for its art.
That's that's one way to say it. This is very strange.
Be original, people.
Be original. That's the main thing to take away from this and our next group of maps, I suppose. It is the Chat Decides maps, which AKAnotcheese introduced me to.
Why bother making your own original ideas when you can just ask other people for them?
And you see, it's not a big problem, besides if I scroll down, the search term right here is Chat Decides. There is 17 pages of this. Like, this is not
It's
normal.
most of them aren't great.
Yeah,
Pick
like
one. Pick one.
we'll go into
Examine.
you
Examine
decide the
one.
future of World War II. I mean, this one we actually kind of chose a better example here, but this still isn't like high quality by any means. And if we go down to like Steam comments decide the future of history, yeah, look at that.
Oh,
Like it's just
I want to play that. All
I
right,
mean,
buddy.
all right, whatever. We also got Steam Decides 2.0. It looks like not
Yes,
much has happened.
sir. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just a whole lot of these, and they're all oh yeah
Oh,
closed Steam.
we do love. So, all
Like,
right, buddy. This
like
is
okay, yeah, that's gonna be the end of looking into that. So again, people for the
this
most
is
part.
about all the work slop I can handle for one sitting.
So this again, this is just meant to like make a statement about how bad things have really gotten in the workshop. And I feel like really people can do much better than what they're posting for a lot of these. Some people are just lazy. And the thing is that really people really need to take away from this is that you don't have to publish everything that you make on Ages of Conflict.
I posted all my scenarios I have, it'd be over. I got some straight sheet in my personal custom scenarios.
Also, just pay attention to what you're posting. Just make sure it's not work slop or something that's just doesn't belong in the workshop.
Let's end off with a mission statement. If you see work slop, say work slop.
Don't spam it. Don't be annoying. Just say work slop.
Be reasonable, people.
Yeah.